Have you ever looked back and thought, why didn't someone warn me about this earlier? Maybe it was a health scare that came out of nowhere. Maybe you've noticed your energy slipping or aches creeping in more often than they used to. Aging is a gift, but only if we understand how to care for ourselves along the way. The truth is, there are things many people over 65 do every day that seem harmless, but silently chip away at our health, vitality, and even our lifespan. Not because we're lazy or careless, but because no one ever told us to look out for them. These aren't dramatic or obvious. In fact, that's what makes them so dangerous. They hide in plain sight. So in this video, we're going to talk about 6 surprising habits that could actually be shortening your life after 65, and more importantly, how to spot them early and turn them around before they take a toll on your body and mind. Because small changes, they make a huge difference when you're living in your golden years. Let's start with something most people don't think of as harmful at all: sitting too much. Now, I know what you might be thinking. I've earned my rest. And you're absolutely right. After decades of working, raising families, and keeping up with responsibilities, rest is well-deserved. But here's the catch. Too much sitting, especially for long stretches at a time, can do serious damage. It slows your circulation, weakens muscles, and increases your risk for heart disease, diabetes, and even dementia. The body was made to move, even in small ways. And after 65, movement doesn't need to be intense or structured. It just needs to be regular. Something as simple as standing up every 30 minutes, walking around the house, stretching your arms, doing a few leg lifts while watching TV. These micro movements keep the blood flowing and your joints from stiffening. I once met a gentleman in his 70s who placed sticky notes all over his home with the word "move" on the fridge near the remote, on his bathroom mirror. It was his gentle reminder to break the cycle of stillness, and over time it helped him lose weight, sleep better, and even feel happier. So, the next time you find yourself parked in the same chair for an hour or two, ask yourself, can I stretch for just a minute? That 1 minute matters. Now let's talk about something that affects millions of older adults: social isolation. Loneliness isn't just a feeling, it's a health hazard. Researchers have found that chronic loneliness is as dangerous as smoking 15 cigarettes a day. It raises the risk of high blood pressure, heart disease, cognitive decline, and even early death. And here's what makes it worse. Loneliness doesn't always look like you're alone. You can have people around you and still feel disconnected. After retirement or after children move out or friends drift apart, many seniors find themselves with less and less interaction. Days pass with few conversations. The phone doesn't ring, and slowly that quiet starts to affect your spirit. But here's the hopeful part. Reconnecting doesn't have to be complicated. Start small. Call one person a day. Walk to a neighbor's mailbox and say hello. Join a local senior center, community class, or walking group. Even virtual meetups can make a difference. I knew a woman who started hosting a Tea at 3 phone call every Tuesday. She'd call one friend, pour a cup of tea, and just talk. Nothing fancy. But it became the highlight of her week. And then it became their highlight too. That simple ritual sparked joy, connection, and a sense of belonging. We're meant to belong. Now, one more thing that's often overlooked, but is quietly impacting the quality of life for millions over 65: poor sleep hygiene. It's easy to shrug off a bad night's sleep, especially if it's become your norm. But studies are now showing a strong link between chronic sleep disruption and serious health issues in older adults, from memory loss and weakened immunity to increased risk of falls, depression, and even stroke. And no, this isn't just about going to bed early. It's about how you prepare your body for rest. Are you looking at bright screens late at night? Eating heavy meals before bed? Sleeping with the TV on? These habits confuse your brain, interrupt your natural rhythms, and rob you of the deep, healing sleep your body needs more than ever at this stage of life. You don't need sleeping pills to fix it. You need a routine, a gentle wind down, dim lights, soft music, calming herbal tea, maybe a little journaling or stretching, a consistent bedtime, a cool, quiet room. These small tweaks can train your body to rest deeply again and help you wake up clearer, calmer, and more energized. I once heard someone say, "How you sleep is how you age." And it stuck with me. Because when your sleep improves, so does everything else. We've already covered quite a bit, but we're just getting started. These first habits, sitting too long, feeling isolated, and poor sleep, are 3 of the most common and most damaging traps people fall into after 65. But they're also some of the easiest to change once you're aware of them. Now that we've uncovered these, let's continue on and explore the remaining surprises. Because the last few may really open your eyes and possibly extend your life in ways you never expected. Let's keep going because the next few points we're going to explore might hit even closer to home. And they're things most people never talk about at the doctor's office. And yet, they quietly affect how well you live, how long you live, and how much joy you get out of each day. So far, we've talked about movement, connection, and sleep. Now let's look at something that may sound harmless at first, but has been proven to take a serious toll on your health after 65: chronic stress. Yes, stress. That invisible weight we carry around. And the tricky thing is, you might not even realize it's still affecting you. Maybe you think, well, I'm retired now. The hardest years are behind me. But stress doesn't always show up as anxiety or panic. Sometimes it shows up as constant tension in your shoulders, nagging thoughts at bedtime, a short fuse, or that worn-out feeling you just can't shake. Here's the science. Chronic stress keeps your cortisol levels high. And when cortisol is high over a long period of time, it wears down your immune system, weakens your heart, disrupts digestion, and makes it harder to maintain a healthy weight or sleep deeply. It even speeds up cellular aging, which means you feel older, faster. So how do you manage stress when life's problems don't magically disappear? Start by building in small moments of release, even just 5 to 10 minutes a day. That could be breathing exercises, meditation, gentle stretching, journaling, or listening to calming music. Nature is an incredible healer. Try sitting outside in silence or walking where you can hear the birds and feel the breeze. These little rituals send a message to your nervous system. You're safe. You can relax. One man I know, age 74, started every morning with 3 deep breaths and 5 minutes of quiet gratitude. Nothing fancy, just stillness. And he said it changed everything: his sleep, his focus, even how he reacted to small annoyances. That's the power of slowing down just enough to let your body catch up. Now, speaking of catching up, let's talk about something even more surprising: ignoring small health problems. This one might sound familiar. You notice something unusual, a little swelling in your ankle, a strange ache in your side, maybe a lingering cough or a change in your bathroom habits, but you brush it off. It's probably nothing, or worse, I'm just getting older. Here's the danger. Small health issues after 65 can escalate quickly if ignored. And yet many seniors delay going to the doctor thinking it's not worth the trouble, or they don't want to seem like a burden, or maybe they're just afraid of what they might hear. But here's the truth. Early detection saves lives, especially with heart disease, diabetes, and certain cancers. Don't wait until the symptoms scream at you. Listen to the whispers. If something feels off, check it out. Your body is talking to you for a reason. I once met a woman who noticed she was unusually tired after lunch every day. Just tired, not in pain. But she trusted her instinct, got checked out, and found out she had early-stage anemia caused by an underlying issue that was caught and treated before it became dangerous. She said, "If I had waited, I might not be here." Your body is your lifelong companion. Trust it, respect it, advocate for it. You've only got one, and it wants to carry you far. And finally, let's look at a habit that's surprisingly common and silently destructive: a lack of purpose. Now, this one might seem intangible, but it's just as real as diet or exercise. After retirement or after losing a partner or friend, it's easy to feel like your role has faded, that there's no reason to get up in the morning. But studies show that people who have a sense of daily purpose, no matter how small, live longer, healthier lives. It lowers the risk of Alzheimer's, heart disease, and even stroke. And no, your purpose doesn't have to be some big earth-shaking mission. It could be tending your garden, helping with the grandkids, writing a story, calling someone who's lonely, teaching a younger neighbor how to cook your favorite dish. You don't need to be needed by the world. You just need to feel that you matter. I spoke with a man recently who volunteers at a local shelter 3 hours a week. He's 79. He said, "When I'm there, I feel alive. Like I'm still contributing. That's what gets me out of bed." And that right there, that spark, that's the thing that keeps us going. Because when you lose your why, your body starts to follow. But when you find even the smallest reason to smile, to serve, to show up, your entire system responds. Your energy rises. Your immune system strengthens. Your mind stays sharper. So take a moment and ask yourself, what gives my day meaning? And if nothing comes to mind right away, that's okay. Start with curiosity. Explore. Give yourself permission to try something new. We've covered a lot already: movement, connection, sleep, stress, listening to your body, and rediscovering purpose. And as we begin to wrap up, I want you to remember this. You are not powerless in the face of aging. You are not stuck. You are not too old. Every day is a chance to reset, to adjust, and to choose life. Next, we'll bring it all together with a few final thoughts, because knowing is powerful, but doing is where the transformation happens. Let's keep going. You're doing great. Let's finish strong, because everything we've talked about so far leads to one final powerful truth. Your everyday choices are writing the story of your life. Not just the length of it, but the quality. And there's one last hidden habit that quietly shortens your life if left unchecked, especially after 65. And that's neglecting your emotional well-being. Now, I'm not just talking about clinical depression or anxiety, though those are very real and deserve proper attention. I'm talking about something broader, something that affects almost everyone at some point. Unprocessed emotions. Maybe it's regret or grief. Maybe it's unresolved conflict with family or an old wound that still aches deep down. We all carry something, and the problem is, when we don't acknowledge those emotions, they don't just disappear, they settle in our bodies. Over time, that emotional weight can raise blood pressure, tighten muscles, weaken immunity, and wear us down from the inside out. You might say, what's the point in digging up the past? And I get it. But this isn't about rehashing pain. It's about clearing space, making room in your heart for peace, for presence, for joy again. So what can you do? Talk to someone, a counselor, a trusted friend, even a journal. Speak the words that have been stuck. Forgive where you can, not because the other person deserves it, but because you deserve peace. Give yourself permission to grieve what was lost, and then to grow into something new. It's never too late for healing. One woman told me she wrote a letter to her late husband, even 20 years after he passed. She never sent it, of course, but she said writing it was like opening a window in a room that had been closed for decades, and after that she slept better, laughed more. She said, "It felt like I got part of myself back." That's what this is about. Getting parts of yourself back, parts that might have been pushed aside while you were busy surviving, working, raising kids, caring for others. But now is your time to return to yourself, to your health, to your peace, to your purpose. So let's take a breath together. You've made it through all 6 surprising things that shorten life after 65. Too much sitting, social isolation, poor sleep hygiene, chronic stress, ignoring small health issues, and unprocessed emotional pain. and maybe one or more of these hit home for you. That's okay, because awareness is the first step. Once you see it, you can shift it. Remember, you don't have to change everything overnight. Just start with one small thing. Stand up and stretch every hour. Call a friend. Go to bed 30 minutes earlier. Talk about what's on your heart. These aren't huge leaps, they're gentle pivots, and those pivots change your direction. Because here's the truth, you're not aging out, you're aging into something, a wiser, fuller, more grounded version of yourself. There's still more joy to feel, more mornings to wake up to, more peace to be found. And that life, that long, beautiful life, it starts with the steps you take today. If you found this video helpful, I'd love to hear from you. What habit are you going to start working on this week? Share it in the comments. I read every single one, and your story just might inspire someone else who needs to hear it. If this resonated with you, give it a thumbs up so more people can find it. And subscribe for more real heart-centered content on senior wellness, longevity, and living a full life after 60. Also, check out the description below. I've added some affiliate links to products and tools that can help support these habits, whether it's movement, sleep, or emotional health. These are resources I truly believe in, and they help support the channel too. So thank you for being a part of that. And now, as this video comes to a close, the next one is ready for you. Just click on it right here on the screen. Let's keep this momentum going. One habit, one step, one day at a time. Here's to living longer, living better, and loving life at every age.